We are very happy to present some important updates to SDScribe 2016, which we believe make the product easier and faster to use. We are also very pleased to present SDScribe Inventory and Production Manager, which is a new and powerful add-on license for SDScribe, giving manufacturers tools to help with inventory and production management, including generating purchase orders, creating batch instructions, and even inventorying raw materials and finished goods. This is all in the very same software, so no need to install another product. We will present a high-level overview of Inventory and Production Manager in this video and are happy to provide a very special introductory pricing offer to current users of our product. Updates. Let's start with the Composition tab. You are now able to quickly select rows, for example, ones to omit from appearing, by clicking on the header. This is useful if you only want to display certain ingredients on the SDS. You can also change the order of appearance of the components more conveniently now by sorting on the list. Click on the header to select among the sort options, for example, the concentration columns. You now have the option to include or omit the word hazardous in the components list title. This is useful if you have a product which contains only non-hazardous chemicals, such as water or sugar. And by the way, you can now designate your document as a Product Safety Data Sheet by clicking in this box on tab 1. This may be useful if your product is an article, which does not fall under Safety Data Sheet requirements. This field to the right of the checkbox is for a disclaimer, which will appear near the top of the document. We have enhanced supplier records with fields that are useful when creating a purchase order, such as a purchasing address and shipping and payment terms. You can also include a supplier code here. As a data entry and management practice, you could use the supplier code as a prefix to an internal product number for a part or an ingredient in these other sections. Doing so may help you more quickly find ingredients from a specific supplier. As a reminder, we have now added some important functionality to both the substance and parts records, which can be used to associate each record with a supplier. This association enables you to distinguish among items that come from different suppliers, but which are otherwise similar, for example, the same CAS number. This capability can be useful for inventory management, batch production, and purchasing. Other new substance fields include type, ingredient or finished product, and category, for example, biocide, diluent, surfactant. We encourage you to populate these fields. In the Browse list, you can use the drop-down menu to filter by type. Safety data sheets. In Section 8, Exposure Limits table, you can now use the Omit button to exclude exposure limits from the generated SDSs that are associated with ingredients that you also omitted in Section 3 Components. In Section 15, the Regulations table, you can do the same. When generating the safety data sheet, you can now customize the foreground and background colors of the section headers. And now for an overview of Inventory and Production Manager. Full use of this section of the program requires a supplementary license from Hazard Solutions, but even without the license, you're able to see some of the functionality that is available. Inventory. With the add-on license, you can inventory your raw materials, parts, and finished goods. With Quick Inventory, not viewable without the supplementary license, you can quickly update your on-hand inventories. You can estimate the amount of items and even their value. You can even set reorder levels and find the ingredients that you need to order. You can also update the inventory in the actual substance record. You will also see batches and purchase history here. With batches, you can create batch sheets detailing the ingredients and even parts, such as containers, which are consumed creating batches and then bottling them. You can create instructions, print them, and even record the time it takes to create your batch so you can bill for it. You can determine the cost of each batch and then determine a sales price for each container you sell, which factors in all of the costs and your markup. To help guide you along, we encourage you to use the Batch Assistant. Purchases. With purchases, you can create purchase orders for raw materials and even packaging. And when the order arrives, you can mark them as received directly from the PO record, and even move them into stock, and your inventory will be updated to reflect this.